Hi, what's up guys? Crystal Warrior, Tank build, Stone Skin. So I will talk one skill at a time, and I will add in some video that I stream around. And today and yesterday, the stream of some of the skill is better to look at the dungeon run. So for the Jade Style, for the tanking, the Jade Style is when the blade is black, it called Jade Style. For those that didn't see my guide on the DPS side, like the last video that I made. So when your blade become black, it called Jade Style. When your blade light up with the living rock buff, this one, your blade will become Jade Style Sharp Blade. When you use the 1000 Trial Master, it will become Jade Style Pursuit. And this is basically telling you about the living rock state. For the next skill is the Soul Tempering. So when you hit the target, every stack will receive one of the buff, and you reach 10 stack, it will give you a damage of your next attack. So the next one will be Shattering Jade. Shattered Jade. Shattered Jade now, this skill is like a AoE top. When you use it, it's this area, AoE top, and it will go on cooldown. We use it in the rotation. Later I will show you the rotation for it. And the next one, Mountain Walk. So when you press the skill, you will have this. When you drop it on your ally, you don't need to drop it on near yourself, because this buff is linked with you. You can drop anywhere on the map, and you will still get the 40% DR. And the start of the fight, we use it to drop on your ally, and your ally will get damage reduction by 10% and increase 10% of their damage. This only can be useful for range, like magic attack. I think hero also take this buff. Have to go test it out. But as you can see, this will use up your living rock. So for me is, and the animation can be cancelled by jumping. The other ones is only can use it in the start of the battle, is use your block. Mountain Intercept style. So I use one. This using the I use the jump first. Jump to cancel it. Like you can get out of this AoE, you still get the buff. 40% DR. So in battle, you can jump to cancel. Same with the Jade Bone, jump to cancel the animation. If not the animation, you'll get stuck in the animation. So Everstone is your CC. The Golden Shell, the Smash Golden Shell is very high. And then Interrupt. This one is your CC break. This is your single target top. Without the Glyph, later I will talk about the Glyph. Without the Glyph, this is one stack. So we must take the Glyph that increase another stack. So we get 2 stack of single target top. And pull enemy is these two. These two have to combo together. So when the enemy get taught by this skill, and you use the 1000 Mountain, they will pull the target to you. I will show up in the video here. You can see like the AoE is like this big. This and this combo together, it will use up 2 stone. 2 stone. Yeah. So this is target this area. Any enemy that get taught in this area, and you press 1000 Mountain all these target will pull to you. Only those normal mob, elite mob will not come to will not pull to you. Elite mob will still get at the top, but they can't be pulled. And this is your CC. So we have 2 CC, just that this duration is very low, it's like only 2 seconds. And mostly we use it to smash Golden Shell. Same with the Mountain Retreat. There's some problem with this Mountain Retreat. I will show you. It's like when you use your Mountain Retreat, this is too far. You can't charge on the target, move in front and use it again. This is to use the hit the target so that they will reduce their smash Golden Shell. Just remember that when you jump back, sometimes when you do the front charge, it will be missed from the boss. It's something is stupid that, and in some boss you don't really want to use this skill, because when you jump back, the boss will come to you, and those melee DPS, when they are using their burst, like for example Spearmaster, Tendon the Net, you will miss because the boss run to you. So it's best that you don't use it in your rotation. Only when the boss Golden Shell bar is going to depleted, like only left a bit, use these 2 skills. Like this jump, it can't be cancelled. The jump in the air, it can be cancelled by using your interrupt, but not really need to. Like this jump back can be interrupted by CC break, like this, or you can combo with your interrupt. But we don't really do that unless you know what you are doing, like this. And the rush is the front charge, but we use it to reduce the smash Golden Shell or CC the target, lightning. So if you watch my guide, I say before that for DPS you have DR. When you are in stone skin, like when you are tanking, there's no DR. You only get the buff, and it becomes 50% buff. This is your passive. This is your passive. As you can see, our passive gives us crit resist. So we have really high crit resistance. So when you match this 188% haste, later I will talk more about it. And this one is your another passive. This passive is you need 4 of these passives to cast Earth Strike. Yeah, this one will be the next one. Your this increase. For now, warrior, DPS, tank do a lot of damage. Like I can show you just now when I test the damage. Like 544. The damage that I can do the whole fight is like it's like a normal DPS, just that lower than my warrior DPS by 2k, 2 or 20k. Like Earth Strike is your main damage, and then Jade Style Pursuit, Shatter Jade. So this Earth Strike do a lot of damage, and it have a high aggro when you hit on the target. And it's a AoE, 4 meter range of the target. It will cast in the air. So when you get 2, you can't use it anymore, so you have to use your 1000 trial. You increase by 1. When you are off battle, you will regen yourself because of our Glyph. Later I will say about it. And this is Jade Chant. For tanking, I like to put it on healer because it increases my total HP. Either you can use it on healer or use it on tank to reduce 3% of the DR damage reduction, and then you can increase mastery too, but I'm not recommend increase mastery. So mostly used on healer to increase our HP. If your group have a Force Mage, use it on the Force Mage healer so that you get another 50% increase of the buff. I can't remember for the healing one how much buff I get. Like without, like on other healer it's like 5%, so 50% maybe 6.5 maybe. And then this is the Stone Spark. You can see the name. And Geomancy is like use it just to find the earth element node if you are farming this. Mountain Style. So Mountain Style, I like this. This is like a passive block. Like I can show you. When the boss hit you, well, no, when the target hit you, it will go on cooldown. If the target didn't hit you, you will stay blocked. Like you can stay blocked when no target hit you. So when you finish the cast, as long as there's no one hit you, you will not go on cooldown. So if someone hit you when you block, you will go on cooldown, and then you will reflect. You will shoot out a beam, like the same animation with this. You will, it's a let me show it again. Like this. It's a buff. This buff. 25% DR. So be careful with this block. It's not like the Berserker block, and it's not like the Spirit Warrior block. Spirit Warrior and Berserker Warrior, when you use block, it stay block. It will not go on cooldown. Oh yeah, I think Spirit Warrior should go on cooldown. Only Berserker tank, the block will not go on cooldown. And this is your Jade Bone. Like cast it, jump. If you don't jump, the animation will come up, and then you are stuck in the animation like for a few seconds. And then our blessing. So what I recommend right now, this is so strong. This blessing is so strong. Bolted Jade. This restore your Stone Force. And each time your HP fall to 10%, you receive healing effect. Oh yeah, I should change these. Oh yeah, I can't do that because I'm still on edges. Oh, can I choose that? Yeah, let me then change the so that my HP will drop and then apply again. So as you can see, when your HP, each time your HP fall by 10%, you receive healing increase by 3%. So now I'm for 9 stat, now it's 8 stat, it's 24. I think the maximum you get is 10. So the more HP you drop, you increase 1 stat. So the maximum is 9 stat. So increase your healing effect by 27. That is so strong. Whenever your HP drop 10%. And this is your main rotation, like Ice Cold Voice. This is the buff of your Shattered Jade. When you use it, it will give you an increase of precision. So your precision increased by 12%. This is like so good for us right now. So 87. Like for other tank, we rely on Flaming Wrath, but for right now, without Flaming Wrath, your precision around 86 or 87. When you use this, it get close to 100. And this is 1000. The next one will be 1000 Mountain. Mountain Intercept style. Oh, this one. So this is the increase of your buff. Or if I use this. Oh, so the block is not really high after using Broken Jade. Return Perfection, the amount healer increased by 10%. This is so much better. Because of the duration is much higher. It's like 5 seconds. Oh, your charging extends to 5 seconds. If you suffer damage equal to at least 50% of your HP, you receive 1 stack. Oh, this is not really useful, like it increases this when your HP drop. Jade Shade, you will receive 1 Jade Shard. This is like regen your HP. Firestone is your main damage buff. And this increases your Earth Strike damage by 35. And for this one, it will reduce the consume of the Earth Strike to 3. Last time is 4, now it's 3, so you get extra strike. The damn connection. But I still like this. This increase your damage so much compared to this one. So this build is so much better. It's like this one is what it say. You have to use your rotation have to add in rush to increase your damage. But I find that this precision is much better because we haven't get this framing draft. Maybe in the future we can use this. And Broken Jade regen 2 point. This is not so useful than this. And then this is the recommend blessing. Other blessing is really 1, 2, 3, 4. This 4 is not really useful. Only this. So when our precision is getting close to 100, or when we have framing rough, I think it's need 35 or 40 points of your Astral Essence. Then you can change to this. So when you charge use your rush, you get a damage buff. Oh, this if the Intercept. So it's this one. And you increase your damage. So you have to use your block to increase your damage. Then there will be a different rotation for tanking, but right now just focus on this. And then Glyph will be, I will use this, CC break this, don't even need to care. So for this, so I will take this, Inner Fragrance. This one, the Shift Dodge. Because our lightning doesn't have DR, so I don't think this will give us DR. And next is which one? So these 3 is the recommend one. This you can take it or not, but this mostly is for DPS tank. Like what it say, if you become primary target of a monster, so it means that your aggro, you are the top aggro of the monitor, track monitor. And the monster doesn't belong to artifact class, the damage you deal is increased by 20%. So why not just take it, increase your damage. So Jade Bone, this, the duration is increased by 5%. And damage is reduced by 20%. Increase or damage reduction by 60% in reduce the duration. So I keep looking at the bottom one, so it's the top one that say it. So this becomes 60% DR, but your duration only have 5 seconds, so maybe some of the fight we need this, but right now not really. The cooldown for intervention to multi extend for the energy recharge increased by 1 step. This one is your main, so when you don't have this skill, you only have 1 step. Inversion to the mountain. Right now I haven't memorized all the skill name. This there not really useful. Like increase your movement speed for what? Maybe in some boss fight, but so these 3 is what I recommend, and this, and that's it for Glyph. And then the rotation. So this is the rotation for warrior, tank, and when you drop it down, the mountain ward, you can use your mountain style, this block, to cancel the animation. And then when the animation is cancelled, you can just use rush, fly to the target, use your top, use the Jade, and use soul tempering so that we get out of this black blade to light the living rock. Yeah, living rock. Then try to spend your passive, the Aspiration, 2 times. It's like I spend this out. So when I spend it, then I use the Flying Stone after that. Keep spending it in the window of the, right. This is 12 seconds, the buff. The Aspiration buff is 12 seconds. The Flying Stone is 10 seconds duration. So when the last buff is out, is finished, use the rebuff it. I rebuff and then use the last one of it. Yep. So this is the normal rotation in the beginning. So when your stone, this stone is like it will run out, because and then because we keep spending it and we don't really use our Jade Style sharp blade to regen our mana. So the next one we want to use is the Jade Bone. When it's going to run out, we will use Jade Bone. So as you can see, when I use Jade Bone, I jump to cancel the animation, and your stone will keep regenerating in the duration of these 10 seconds. As you can see, it keep regen, and in the end you will get to full of Firestone. Like this mountain ward also regen your stone, just that it will use all your stone and your living rock so that you get into black blade. Just remember that every time you want to use mountain ward, you need to have around 75 vitality. So the next buff is up, but I will not use it because as you can see, my precision buff is at 8. So I'm waiting for this cooldown. So I use this and I will get into Firestone. And then keep spamming this. I made a few mistakes here and there. Just have to keep press this. As you can see, our mountain ward is out again. So I regen. And then drop it on your ally. Jump to cancel. Like, because I'm doing the training dummy. So in boss fight, we stand like, in boss fight, we will stand like this. So when we drop our mountain ward, will be on our ally. Jump to cancel. So just remember, like when I'm doing training dummy, I just like to put far away. Don't really drop here. Just get used to this, like drop down the ward at your ally so that increase their damage. So those that play range, get into this mountain ward, it increase your damage by 10%. So, and this rotation is the same from the start to the end. I get messed up around 2 minutes, so I didn't record a 5-minute training dummy. Don't really need to. So, like in the beginning, I also make a few mistakes. When it drop down, press this, charge. Like in the beginning, when you want to spam your Earth Strike, you don't need to bother with your Jade Style pursuit. Don't need to care about it. I use it to regen our vitality. We don't really use it for damage when, like in the beginning. Like I should keep spamming it. I shouldn't even use the Jade pursuit. I should keep spamming it finish so that I can faster use the flying stone. Like this, I delay my time. When you have that, as you can see, the damage is higher. There's two ways of doing this. Like the beginning is this beginning, like spending all this, but the main problem with it is when we have this flame rain buff, it will not get in to combo with your flying stone. So the best is like don't bother with this passive. There's two way of playing it. So the other opening is when you know that your framing is ready, and it will activate when you start off the fight. So for that opening will be when you drop down the mountain ward, block, charge, rush, top, single target top, and then use your soul tempering, 1000, trial, shattered jade, flying stone, earth strike. So let's go. So my frame rate didn't activate when I do the rotation. So right, I share you two type of opening for warrior DPS tank. So with or without the frame rate, the way we fight will be different, like the opening. So it's really depend on everyone. And Now I will talk about the combination tool. So for me, I like 10% haste, and this 180. So I thought about this one, 4%. The haste doesn't really matter for 165. Just remember that you need 7.8 crit resist. Sorry, it's 8% crit resist, so that when you are doing normal bosses, the boss hit you, you don't crit. The boss don't crit you. Yeah. And as the boss rank go, the boss will get 6-1, 6-2, 6-3. For us, we only have stage 1. So the every rank is increased by 2%. So 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yeah. So have to see what is the rank of the boss. Like when you mouse over the target, like in the bottom right, it will show you what is the rank. And then, so for 165, these two is, one is 6%, the other one is 4%. So the difference is weapon. Both weapon you can use it. And for us, precise in this game, precise is for me, I find that it's a useless state. Precise is like when the boss hit you, the boss have a few chance of missing the hit. But I find that it's useless because you need to stack a lot of precise to make it work. So I rather take more physical defense. And mastery than put too much stake in precise. And for warrior, you can build two-way. The rotation is same, the blessing is same, the Glyph is same, just that the way you gear your stake is different. Is, do you want to go for tank or you want to go for DPS tank? If you want to go for tank, just make yourself tankier, like increase your physical defense, magic defense, and increase your mastery, HP. If you want to go for DPS tank, increase your total physical attack. How do we increase our total physical attack? By having this Talisman. Like you see, it drop a lot. So this Talisman increase our damage plus 13. So, and the precise one is useless. And I find that warrior don't really need this level of shattered healing. This increase the amount of healer can heal you. So for me, neither tank or DPS tank, I will still take this, increase our damage. Because the more damage we do, the more aggro we can hold. And the other one is the more physical damage that we get, like this one, physical power, increase your total physical attack more than, yeah, mastery doesn't really increase a lot. Mastery only increase a bit. For example, this one, your damage should drop. When you put in mastery, it will increase 633, 638. So physical power is your physical strength. When you increase your physical strength, you will increase your total physical damage. So physical attack, physical strength, total physical damage. Total physical attack is your main as a DPS tank. Just that if you want to go for DPS tank, remember your crit resist have to be 8%. And for 165, with haste or without haste, I think it's still fine. Right now we have to farm for it. So all these, I will put out a Google sheet and share the 165 tank build. What I recommend people will take. Like for weapon, both weapon you can use it. No matter mastery one or the haze one. You still can use it. Haze just increase our physical and magic defense, so increase more so that we get more tankiers. And this one, because of this buff, we don't really need precision at all, so I don't recommend taking precision. And this one, yeah, it's I also don't take this, but you can get increased critical hit. It's really up to you whether you want to get critical hit or precision. This one is physical strength. So this one is physical power, physical strength, mastery, physical strength, mastery, and this 4 relic is a non-haste. Your weapon, both weapon works. Your headgear, non-haste, get the mastery one, and I get concentration because right now we really need concentration. Now it's like 98. With this I get to 99. You can still depend on you want to get this, or if you think that is enough, just get haste or get HP. Just look, if you are playing tank, look at the tank mastery. And for this concentration is for DPS and tank mastery, so be careful which. I know that a lot of new players, so be careful of which Talisman you choose. This is increase your HP. Haste. For me, I like haste because it will reduce the cooldown of our flying stone. Yeah. And then this is your mastery and physical defense. This 2 is non-haste, and this you get physical power. This we get mastery because the other one is physical critical hit. For pants, I don't like the other pants. And for this build, it's mainly for tank. If you play DPS spec, like if you play Dragon Might and Stone Skin, I will tell you, I have another about it, like another gear set about it, talk about it. So I will talk about this first. This is mostly for player that play tank. The stat will be a bit different, but it doesn't really matter. And this one, like this both, I get haste one. And for this Talisman, get haste because if you have a problem with your crit resist, but warrior tank don't really need a lot of crit resist because the passive already give you +5. You can get HP or get haste. I just like to get haste. So I think around 10% haste is really enough for 1880 gear. This one is a non-haste. So when you are choosing your state, look at the state. This one is mastery, precise, and haste. This one is so much better. I know that there's a precise there, but physical and magic and mastery, and this one don't have physical and magic defense, so this one is so much better. And this one we have for the socket is necklace and ring, so it's haste. This one is HP, crit resist. If you need crit resist, you can get this, but don't really need it. And if you want HP, you can get this, but I will take haste. It's really up to you, player. You want more HP or more haste? And then this one we will get power. This is power, this is HP, this is physical and magic defense. Like, it doesn't really increase a lot. But why I take power, our basic attribute, because for Fox Mage, they have the Spring Prayer, 2% basic attribute, so it will increase your power. The other one is when it's not every time you get a Fox Mage healer in your group. So if you are in the same group as the Fox Mage healer, her damage buff increase your basic attribute. So I just like to increase power. As you can see, the state for power is increase physical attack, physical strength. So if you play DPS tank, you will take power. If you are not playing physical tank, you can just get HP or get physical and magic defense. So it's really depend on which style you want to play. And necklace, no, this one is amulet. So these two is HP and mastery. It's a non-haste. And for the Sophos, I will use Flame Ring because this increase your damage a lot. And the second one, either you can go for Ice Mirror Reflect. Ice Mirror Reflect do damage. I haven't go test it out, like doing 5-minute run, how much reflect you will get. And I'm not sure is this useful or other tanking one, but I find that Ice Mirror Reflect, the state look much better, 42% reflect the damage back. And the other thing is, if you are playing DPS spec and tank spec together, just take this Misara Rain. So for the ring is physical, magic, defense, HP and mastery, both. And then the socket is power. And this is 165. 4% haste or 6% haste is depend on the weapon. Let me talk about finish the DPS tank first. This one. This is at 1807, 10% haste. Precision 98. Magic and physical and magic defense is 183. Crit resist is 7.5. 7.5 is okay. You don't really need to get to 8%. It's like 7.5 and above is fine. So this one you don't want to get mastery anymore. 180 tank. Because like I said before, precise is not really good in this game. So for this, it increases your physical and magic defense so much more. And the Talisman will be this one. The increase your damage. And then this 3 relic is a non-haste. And just take damage. Increase mastery, increase physical power, increase physical hit. If you don't want this, you can just get the, but this will like too much. As you can see, it's like getting close, so rather take more damage. And this one is physical power, and then these two is mastery and physical power. Your headgear, mastery, Talisman haste, because we don't really need precision 180. If we really need perception, then you can just get this concentration, but when you use this buff, it's at 100. So I just get haste so that my cooldown for my Firestone will be much faster. This one is physical magic, defense, and mastery. These two, so get 10% haste. I use these two, haste and mastery. And this the state for warrior, tank. And if you play both DPS spec and tank spec, this is the gear that I use. As long as we have 7.2% mastery. I will not get the power because if I play on DPS spec like the 1000 trial, I need mastery. So our damage will drop, like total physical attack will drop. This at 638. This 635, just a bit difference. And the other one is the 10% haste for 180. So this one you have to like, if you play 2 spec, then this you don't need concentration. So for your DPS, then the concentration will drop a bit, like your precision will drop a bit. Just get to 10% haste and just use the same gear. Just that your total physical attack will not be high because you are using DPS spec gear. For me, I will use this when I DPS. Oh yeah, I don't need this. I can just get damage. This will be the red one. This can get the crit. Yeah. And then this will get this. Just that our physical and magic defense will not be high. And our crit resist will be too much. So just play around with the item gear, and for this, as long as your crit resistance is 8% and above, everything will be fine. You can use this DPS gear when you're playing Dragon Might. And this is the state. I will make a Google sheet and will put up the which state we are focusing on for tank, DPS tank, and yep. So for our Astral Essence, if you are going for DPS tank, go this route through Framing Graph. If you are playing just tank, like pure tank, go this route. These have more defensive node, and like take HP increase. This is also useful, but this like around like 30 or 50 point. This if the boss do damage over time, get this. This will reduce the damage over time by 10%. In some boss fight, is useful. Or go this route, this healing effect. Haste, not really use it. The other one is this one. Healing is increased by 5% when damage reduction is active. So if you go for DPS tank, this is the first main that you need to go. And I think that's it, man. I hope I didn't miss anything. I know that the guide is a bit long. Hope this helped new and old solo player. Like and subscribe. If you have any question, just comment down below. And I will put the Google Sheet on the description, all that. And see you guys. Bye.